firms in the world that just had a public offering today. Not in the States, though, however. But let's go look at the markets we look at every day. And we look at the S&P 500, which is a plus 55. We've talked about this market before. And basically, Monday and Tuesday, we said this market was very oversold. Well, those days would be right around these levels. So we've had a bounce, not too convincing, but certainly a bounce. And we go here, and you can see we've gone from the area down here. We've talked about when we get into this oversold area, chances are you're going to have a bounce like we had here. And we're experiencing the start of a bounce right there. So I wouldn't say it's over with yet. We had a a short-term trade triangle, daily trade triangle right here at 1343. The market is currently right around that level. So I think we may see some more upside, but maybe not today. Let's see how this works out for the rest of the week. We are higher for the week, however, and we'll have to see how that closes on Friday. So let's go back to the markets again. And let's take a look at silver. Silver's been all over the board today. Kind of surprising. We were up earlier on, and then we had a pullback, and we're currently trading at 34.94 on spot. However, we've talked about this market, the bullish divergence. We've had a short-term signal to actually indicate the potential of this market's going a little bit higher. And if you go down here, you can see that divergence we have been talking about for the last several days. So I think we may see a little bit more upside on that market. But again, it seems as though the market is favoring being in silver on the long side. It looks like the liquidation is over for the time being. So it could be some more upside recovery in that market. So let's go to our next market, which is gold, of course. And gold is down after being higher. It's come back down, but it's also come back up. We have a plus 65 on the trade triangles. And again, I want to show you the divergences we've seen here. So I think it's not such a great divergence, but it's more of a sideways market. We have a plus 65 reading, which you can see here. The longer term still is positive in this market, and we have supported 1475, which is right around these levels right here. And then we have resistance around 1462. So, 1475, then longer term 1462 support, and then resistance at 1526, which is a ways away. So, very tight sideways market. Looks like a lot of liquidations taking place, but the market remains, I think, in my opinion, firm with our monthly and weekly trade triangles still on the upside. So if we get a signal on our dailies, that will indicate we'll see another rally in this market, possibly tomorrow. Crude oil. Crude oil is currently trading at 98.99. We have been over 100. We reversed back from the resistance around 180, $100.80, and our indicators are plus 70, meaning the trend is probably going to improve a little bit from here. But we've gone out of the Donchian bands, which you can see right here. We've come back up. It would look to me as though we could see a move back up to the 104 level, but we want to give this market some time. It isn't a trading range. I wouldn't get married to a big position right now, but I think we could see more of a two-way market, and this market possibly going higher. So let's look at our next market, the dollar index, which we always look at, of course. And the dollar index is currently trading at 75.17. It's down a little bit. It's minus 55, indicating a trading range. And we indicated earlier this week we thought this market would roll over. That's exactly what it's doing. You can see the rollover here on the Williams percent R and also on the chart from the Donchian channel. I think we could see this market go down and test certainly possibly the 74 area and maybe longer, but maybe more. So let's see how that works out. But certainly I think the upside momentum for the moment is out of this market. So let's go back to our last market, which is the CRB Index, which is the inflation index we track. And that's actually down today, almost a full percent. So that's a big move. And we've gone into this 55% move, which is right here, which is really kind of just saying the market's sideways. We've got a longer-term trends. The monthly's down, the weekly's down, and also the daily just is inching up. So we may see a little bit more of a recovery here, but I would expect that we're going to see near-term resistance around 348.50, and we're going to see support coming in around 330, 350. So trading range, not much going on there. But the reason I wanted to say tonight we have our show, our 1 hour show. We take your questions and your calls. So be sure to watch that tonight on our channel, on the blog. So you'll be able to see us and question us, and we'll be covering a lot more markets, a lot more detail. So don't miss that show. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's live. We'll take your calls and your questions, and we'd love to have you join us. And I think we've got some great markets coming up. We're going to talk more about Glencore. We're going to talk more about LinkedIn, where it closes today. It could be anywhere across the field, and some other markets that we're watching very closely. So, hey, this is Adam Hewison for Market Club. Thanks for stopping by for the update, and I'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock. Don't miss the show.